Music is At the End of the Abyss from Final Fantasy X. I am kind of tired, but also feel okay. Sort of like my internet. The internet is moderately okay today. If you didn't know, the reason why I have not been streaming lately is specifically because my internet has been dropping about 90% of all my frames, which means that I absolutely could not stream at all. It would be a slideshow of one picture about every 10 seconds or so. And it's been like that for about a month, which really shot my idea of doing a Final Fantasy VII marathon in the foot, especially considering that other life events happened that 100% would have stopped that as well. Things have not been particularly great lately. In fact, I dare say they have probably have been the worst they have ever been. But hopefully things are improving now. I just saw that it was actually... the OBS was actually working a bit correctly today, so I decided to give it a whirl. The moment that I actually woke up, because my sleep schedule is omega turds right now, I woke up and saw that, one of the first things that I usually do every single day, except for weekends, since no one's working on it, is I will fire up OBS and do a test stream. Just to see if the internet is doing anything special today. And usually it's really, really bad. But today I noticed, I went outside and started bringing in wood. I went outside and started bringing in blocks of wood. And I noticed that after I got back in, and I was out there about 30 minutes or so bringing in wood, I noticed that I had dropped only 0.1% of all my frames. So I got excited. I thought, wow, I can actually be a human being today, maybe. So here I am. I hope. I do notice this, it is a little bit wobbly. I'm dropping 0.4% of my frames. And it does go yellow a little bit every so often, but this is as good as it can be. As far as life updates go, some things I can't mention. Not yet, anyways. I've been looking at houses. I have been looking at houses for like the past 5 years. But I feel like I've been getting closer recently, because I've been getting more experience in how to deal with such things. And I had found at least 1 or 2 houses that I thought were interesting. But I got the realtor to take us inside, and it turns out that the first house in particular was an absolute mess. The exterior looks pretty good, has some minor damage. Remember those tornadoes that came through here? A lot of homes have a lot of structural damage now, so a lot of people are selling, but they're selling homes that are very damaged. But this one didn't look too bad, and it actually wasn't. The tornadoes didn't do anything to it. But I actually went inside, and it turned out that the homeowner was special in some way, and had completely wrecked every element of the interior of that house. There were holes in the wall everywhere. There was, one case where he had completely smashed in the drywall so that he could affix a baby gate to a door. I don't know why. It seems like there's better ways to barricade your child inside their upstairs room. And he had, busted a hole through the ceiling for some reason that no one can determine. It was it was obviously intentional. It was a perfectly square hole that he had created I don't know how to describe it. He had put a box around it to make it look like it was part of the ceiling. And it's about the size of a fist. So it's just large enough for, like, mice or squirrels or something to get through. I have no idea what he was doing. But anyways, the point being, that house would take a lot of effort to get back up to speed. And I just can't do that right now. So, that house ended up being a big bust, which is unfortunate because it actually had access to fiber internet. There's a lot of issues with houses around this area. I've been looking at Tennessee and Kentucky. Tennessee more so just because it has no income tax. And while I don't have a lot of income, I do have some. And I would prefer to have that income. But Tennessee is kind of a crap hole, even more so than Kentucky is. So consequently, almost every single home that you will find in Tennessee is either incredibly expensive for me, so in other words, like $200,000 or above, I guess. Or it is about $35,000 to $60,000, and it is a shack. I was about to say out in the woods because that sounds funnier, but in most cases they are just shacks that are inside of a town. And the towns themselves are incredibly dilapidated. And they usually look even worse than that home that I just described. So actually finding a home that you can buy in Tennessee is very, very rare. It's easier in Kentucky, but Kentucky's issue, in this area anyways, is that there's just no internet. So that's been my journey. I'm having a hard time trying to find internet access, and that's the thing that I think would change things for the better. Unfortunately, the problem that I'm having is that I'm not quite sure if getting fiber internet would change that much. I don't want to spend tens of thousands of dollars to get into a better situation technically, but then have the Twitch, for example, just not really go much of anywhere. Because even if I just kept streaming, and I stream successively and I stream very reliably, there's no guarantee that anyone's gonna show up. I appreciate you guys showing up, of course. But you never know if you're going to take off or not. And it tends to be that the people that take off are not people like me. They're usually pretty girls. Pretty girls that act a little bit strange, and they're fun to watch and be around. And I'm not a pretty girl, and I'm usually not that fun to be around. I'm just sort of a nice woodman that live out in wood with they. I live with them. I am one of them. So I appreciate that you guys actually appreciate me. Even if my life improves, I can't promise that it will improve enough that I will have a stable life. Plus I'm doing all this on my own. Like, I've seen actually the rise of a few VTubers lately. that seemingly came out of nowhere, but they transparently are being funded and supported by a lot of different people. You can tell that they have money behind them, they have a lot of resources, they have people making assets for them, whereas I'm just completely on my own. I do have someone working on my rig that I had to draw, but it's probably going to be a while before that gets back. I need to have like my own intro music, I need to have an animated card. Like my Be Right Back card is something I had to draw. I need to have that. It's just a lot of stuff that I would require to be real, I guess. So it's gonna be a while. I feel like if I can just get to the point where I'm able to just stream the game. Like, the assets are one thing, that's not gonna make me a better streamer. It'll just make me more presentable. But if I can actually get to the point where I can just stream the games reliably, then a lot of problems will take care of themselves. The music is probably way too loud. Yeah, that was DE's soundtrack. Yeah. This reason why that I was so adamant about getting better internet is because I figured if I can stream reliably and be consistent, then at least, like, that's the most thing about doing anything online as entertainment, is being consistent. Like, I've never made an income really off the Patreon that's particularly amazing. Turn it down, so it should be okay. I've never been able to make a reliable income off I've never been able to make an impressively reliable income off Patreon. It's reliable in the sense that it's how I live. Because on YouTube, the kind of content that I make is very, very, very sporadic. So whenever I am fighting to get my content out and fighting to have the time to actually have the time to be able to make it in the first place, it releases as a slow trickle. And because of that, people are much less willing to give me money. If I made crummy reaction videos, I would probably make more money than I do working my butt off to try to make animations and essay content. Because the main thing is being part of someone's daily routine. Like someone waking up... A lot of people don't even use YouTube anymore. They just look at TikToks and watch Twitch a little bit, and that's it. So you have to get into being part of someone's daily routine so that they're actually thinking about you and they want to give you money actively. So if someone rolls out of bed and checks their subscriptions on YouTube, and they don't see you for a week, 2 weeks, a month, then they're probably just not going to care about you. They don't think about you. You're just one in a very long list of people that they forget that they're subscribed to. So, consistency is very important. Because making money is more about the psychology of why people would give you money more so than your effort in actually producing content. It's funny like that. That's why some people actually make their living off of one person, which is where the term, patron comes from. If you have one patron that's like a really crazy guy, like he's crazy, and he's like an oil baron or something, and he really likes furry drawings, or whatever it is, then as a result, you're probably going to make a sustained living doing whatever it is that you want to do, because they just like, this one person likes you so much, right? You don't necessarily need to impress millions of people, you just need to impress one person that has a lot of money.
How's it feel?
That's how it goes. Oh, not that one. That one's abrasive. Much as I like you, DE. Mr. Elysium. I remember which is which. Actually, let me play Whirling in Rags, the 8 AM version. Did you know that the Whirling Rags actually has 3 different tracks for different times of the day? It's true. Why did you call me a liar? Anyways. Yeah, that's how it goes. That's what I'm looking at now. I'm just trying to get to the point where I can stream reliably. Which I have no control over, unfortunately. I either need to get a new house, either fiber internet needs to get here, or Starlink at least needs to get here. And Starlink actually looks like they're kind of falling apart to me. Or Tesla itself is kind of falling apart. Because as Tesla has gotten more successful, and, like, let's face it, Tesla is really overpriced. Like, they're being overfunded, because people were just pushing Tesla. So the stock is actually inside of a bubble right now, and they're kind of panicking on how to keep that bubble from popping. And of course Musk is having more and more issues lately because it's becoming more and more clear that he's actually not what he has always purported himself to be. Yeah, Elon Musk is insane. Like, he started out on daddy's money, and he had 1 or 2 ideas, but his main thing has always been utilizing other people that are more capable than he is to market himself. He is good at marketing, I'll say that for him. And he comes up with lots of insane ideas that sound very nice, but are not grounded in reality at all. So consequently, more people are becoming more aware of that. So a lot of their business ventures are actually slowing down, stalling, failing. A lot of the money is getting burned through. And I think internally they are aware that there's a problem. So, supposedly, internally they're banking a lot on Starlink being their most reliable source of income. Because people need the internet worldwide, and they have this incredibly expensive satellite system that they put into orbit. And they're the forerunners, and that Amazon, I think, is putting their own satellites in the orbit, but they're being slow about it. So as a result, lately, I've noticed they released a premium program for Starlink. Yeah, whereas before, I think you pay $100 for Starlink a month. And for that, you'll get about 200 to 300 megabytes per second down. And I think about 25 or 50 up, which is pretty good for someplace like here. Like here, normally the internet is going to be more like 5 down and 0.2 up. So it's really pathetic. So the ability to have Starlink anywhere in the world is what they're banking on, because you can make money anywhere, right? But recently they released a premium program where instead of that $100, you pay $500 a month, which is insane. And you supposedly get priority. You get priority in getting the internet and priority in the amount of data that you get. Which, if that sounds familiar, it's because that's exactly what satellite companies love to do. And cable companies that were getting in trouble throttling the internet like to do. They like to create artificial highways, quote-unquote, data highways, that operate based on priority, based on the amount of the amount of money that you give them. So they throttle the internet down if you don't pay that amount. So Starlink looks like it's kind of floundering in that regard. Just because Tesla itself is panicking, they're trying to make Starlink their backbone of income worldwide. So Starlink itself being an option is looking less and less likely. Alright. Now. I'm a kitty again. It's been a while since I've been a cat. I mean, I've always been a cat. I forgot to turn that sub-goal thing off. That sub-goal thing has probably been on for like the past... Actually, yeah, it's been on for like a month and a half. Let's turn that back down. Goal end date. Well, end the goal then. Okay. Sub-goal for today. Goal amount 5. Starting amount 0. Because some of you have already given subs anyways. So we'll just say that. Just to have a nice little bar at the bottom of the screen. How about that? And it'll end 2/15/2020. Is Valentine's Day the 12th or the 14th? Subscriber goal. Start. There we go. Now that may or may not update. It's never really clear. It kind of just does whatever it wants to. Okay. Once I rig better, you'll be able to see me wiggle my head back and forth like a crazy person. Alright. Aha, I got you. Now you'll have to, you have to give 5 more. No, I'm kidding. I'm aware that the sub goal has been filled. You guys don't have to worry about that. Okay, but before all that, there are old subs that I want to thank, and I want to thank you guys as well. Let's see. It is auto-updating. Okay. I think from a month ago, I did not thank Lillow, spelled Lillowh. Lillow? Something like that. I don't know. But thank you very much. Yeah. I appreciate it. I think I didn't thank them back then. That is somewhere that's rattling around in my memory. I didn't thank someone. Also, Willie J was like the last person that subscribed during my last stream. Thank you, Willie J, if I did not mention it last time. I don't know. Some other people actually subscribed in the meantime, even though I've been working on Picardo once or twice. And even then, I usually drop 0% frames on Picardo. And lately, I actually have been dropping frames on Picardo, which is amazing. That tells you how bad the internet has been. And that you're just sending like a picture ever so often. And that was Icy Feather, subscribed like 11 days ago. Thank you very much, Icy Feather, if you can hear this. Yeah. And Tavern Monkey also subscribed. I think that's the first time they ever subscribed to. Yes. Thank you very much, Tavern Monkey. I hope you enjoy your tavern, and I hope you enjoy being a monkey, yeah? Goat Bro Gaming is suspicious in several ways. Thank you very much. Did the same thing. Subscribe with Prime. Yeah. And Auto Kopek. So a Kopek that is autonomous in some way? I'm curious about your name. Just recently subscribed for the first time. Thank you very much. That's 20 minutes ago. Thank you, buddy. Yeah. Alright. Resubscribers. Kel, of course. Hello, Kel. How are you doing, buddy? It's resubscribed for 7 months in a row. Yeah. Also Strident, once again, showing back up, giving me that nice hymnal sound. I don't know what kind of song you actually make, Strident, even though your name is Strident Song. I guess it would just be a strident song, because that's what your name is. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Yeah. Thank you very, very much, Baron Von Jarvis, as well. Resubscription. I never really thought about what a Baron does. I guess a Baron is sort of like a lord. I'm not quite sure. But thank you very much, yeah. And I noticed this name earlier, and I was like, ooh, I'm going to have fun with this one. It's Ingwithen Elder God. Resubscribed 2 months in a row. 4 months total. Thank you very much. Ingwithen Elder God. I hope I'm actually saying that correctly. It just looks like a very fancy first part of your name. So I was very happy about that. It's like, ooh, long word. Big chill underscore underscore underscore. I can't tell if it's 2 or 3. I think it's 3 underscores. Thank you very much, Big Chill. Been here a long time, 26 months. Can you believe that? What a waste of money. Just kidding. Thank you very much, Big Chill. Yeah. Okay. And there's a bunch of things down here. I never noticed this tab. I really should. Vaughn underscore ers, ERS. Gifted some. I'm reading off gift subs and stuff now. Thank you very much, Vaughn. Yeah. Boltman37 gave me some bits. Some bits. Thank you very much, Boltman37. Is that a dash? Looks like there's like a dash and then... Yeah. No, that's an underscore. That's weird. The Streamlabs actually like underscores all your names anyways. But if you have an underscore already within your name, it underscores it twice. So it like hides one of them, so one of the underscores is a little bit higher than the others. It's very strange. Anyways, thank you, Boltman. Yeah. Coltor23 does the exact same thing, but 5 times as hard. Thank you very much, Coltor23. Yeah. Malone? I hope that's correct. You have it's spelled with an A in between the O and the N, so maybe it's like Malone? It could be Malone. But Malone, thank you very much for your gift subs, for 5 gift subs, which filled up my sub thing even before I had it. So thank you very much. Yeah. Ben Jarvis once again, more gift subs. Thank you very much. No. And Odo Kopek, as I mentioned before. Thank you very much. Yeah. Gifting those 5 subs prematurely. Del Angelo 14 followed. One Sleepy Monkey followed. So all the follows. And one Sleepy Monkey immediately also gives 5 subs. Thank you very much, Sleepy Monkey. Oh, are you related to the other monkey that we had earlier? Quite possibly. Thank you very much, one Sleepy Monkey. One Sleepy Monkey exactly, yeah. And Techno-Colored Cat followed. And Arnold Toilet followed? These are follows, I just noticed your name. Arnold Toilet? It's not like Arnold, it's just Arnold without the R. So Arnold Toilet? Arnold Toilet. That's how it sort of sounds to me. Anyways, okay. Alright, there we go. We got all of them, I think. Assuming that it's actually working correctly. Sometimes the dashboard does not work correctly. That's why I like to get the names out as I see them. And I'm somewhat well. Yes, I'm somewhat well. Okay. Because now that we got all that out of the way, we can actually play the video game. And I can't even remember what I was doing last time. I think we were about to leave the Shinra building, and I only know that because it says it right in front of my face. Okay. Let me scroll up and make sure I didn't miss anyone else. Yeah, it did miss a few people. Let me scroll up. This is my muttering sound I like to do when I'm reading things. Dave Ronald gifted a sub. Thank you very much, Dave Ronald. Yeah, I saw you. I see you. It's okay. And the Zanuck, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Zanuck. Not just any Zanuck, the Zanuck. Yeah. And Win-Win Robin, thank you very much for your gift sub as well. I appreciate it. You won 1. Good job, Robin. You won 1. Yeah. Okay, let's get started. And if I miss your sub in the future, I'll try to read it at the end. I'll try to catch them as I see them, though. Because some people will sub and then leave, of course, later. Okay, how do I sound in relation to the game? It's been a while since I've done this. Thank you, D4C_Trice. Game is really? Really? It's too loud? Wow, I can barely hear it. Hold on for a second. Okay, this VM. Oh, I know. I think I know why. How do I do this? Yes, okay, yeah. How about this? I don't know if this had any... Actually, tell me if that had any impact, because 7 is strange like that. So that is working correctly. I have noticed that sometimes if you use the in-game volume, it doesn't do anything. But only sometimes. Exploding Cats, welcome back. Your name always alarms me very slightly. Thank you very much, yeah. Okay. When Kitty version 2 is coming out, I have no idea. I've actually been considering getting an iPhone as a write-off, just because I hate iPhone. I hate Apple. But they're the only ones that actually have the tracking technology that works with the V-Rig. So anytime that you notice one of these VTubers, and you're like, whoa, they're so emotive, and they look so good. It's because they're using iPhone technology as a tracker. Whereas I'm just like using a webcam and the Steam version of VTuber Studio, and that's it. It's a very wide berth between the two things. It's a lot quieter for you. Some people prefer the game audio to be almost inaudible, whereas some people I've noticed prefer it to be mixed well. I'm gonna kick it up a little bit, but it has to be round numbers. Okay, that should be more or less okay. What was I doing? Yes, wow, we're actually a little bit further behind than I thought. Okay. Alright, this sounds good? Alright, good. Alright, what we're doing now is trying to get up to the top so that we can figure out why people are dead. Yes, because Genova just broke out of their cell. And, oh, can't leave? Oh, there it goes. And, we're following the blood trail. It has been a while. Do I have? Yes. This is something I forgot. In the meantime, in between these two streams, because I thought, hey, I'll stream again soon, and then the internet started pooping its pants, like really violently pooping its pants. This muck spraying the inside of its Levi's. Ooh, big one. Actually, let me try to get rid of you. What was I just saying? Oh, I did some grinding. That's what it was. I did some grinding, and as a result, I managed to farm out Hard Edge, and I got 3 carbon bangles for everyone. So that is finally done. But I still haven't gotten everyone's limit breaks done. Because that's going to hinge on being able to kill a lot of enemies. Oh, I actually stole another one. Good for me. I just want to get these out. There we go. I may as well try the steel.
What do you guys need?
What do I need? Have I heard of needy... What does that say? Dashboard, tell me what that says. Show me the way. Have you heard of needy girl overdose? It may interest you. I have no idea what you're talking about. Needy girl overdose. Then again, I'm getting so old that I just don't know anything anymore. So old. Welcome back, Octo Tasty. Thank you very much for your resub. Yeah. Oh, I thought that sounded like a process or something. Like needy girl overdose, like that's some sort of stream culture thing. I was like, I don't know. Welcome back, Octo Tasty. Yeah. So delicious. Delicious Octo Tasty. There's a lot of things that I would have like to play on stream, but since streaming is not great for me because internet, then, you know. Actually, we're not following the blood trail. We haven't got to that point yet, I don't... No, we still have to... Yeah. I always forget this part. We have to find... We have to go up there. No, first we have to meet everyone, then we have to get captured. And then that's when the blood trail stuff starts. I think. It's been a while. There's like 3 different things that involve running around this area, so I always get a little bit confused. Lady, you get out of the way. I know you're interested in meeting hot boys. You think I'm... No, I'm so sick of carrying all these files. But I get to meet lots of guys. I guess that's the benefit of being a secretary. It isn't. If you've ever... I've never been a secretary, I've known secretary... That doesn't happen. The kind of men that you're going to meet as a secretary are not going to be the kind of people that you actually want to associate with. Alright. So even though we are way stronger than the Turks at any given part in the story, just because he shows up in this elevator, for some reason we get caught. Would you press up, please? Turks must be a trap. What part of this is a trap, exactly? Like, most of us have close quarters combat weapons, or magic, or guns. So, how do we get trapped exactly? This must have been a real thrill for you. Did you enjoy it? Like, I know that as far as the writing goes, they just want us to be captured so that we can have additional scenes that they plan for. Like, they want to have this scene. But they at least could have had, like, a cage drop around us or something. Or pump the elevator full of gas. That would be a good way of doing it. Because we know that they have the gas effect, because later on, there's a plot point of Tifa getting gassed. We got you too? Where are you? Sorry, I'm giving that voice. In a safe place. Oh yeah, the last stream was... Maybe that's the reason why my internet got knocked out, because it was so problematic. Because the whole time I was talking about how it was... I got really upset at the plan that Hojo has to breed Eris to Red 13 over here. And I talked about that a little bit too much. We'll try to refrain... we'll try to refrain doing that this time. He's the last surviving ancient. Yeah, just drop a cage on him. Pump the elevator full of sleeping gas. Don't you know, they call themselves the Cetra and lived thousands of years ago. Now they are just a forgotten page in history. Of course, later on we learned that the Cetra and humans, I guess? I can't remember in 7 if we're actually referred to as being humans. But Cetra and humans are actually the same exact thing. It's just that there was a cultural divide, so that I guess it is interesting to think about what the division point happened to be, because the Cetra play it up as we're the dumb ones that went out of touch with nature and all that. And sure, that's true. Human beings don't have a connection with nature. However, in terms of evolution, we are the ones that survived. So I guess that makes us more in touch with nature than they are, considering that they're fucking dead. Makes sense to me. So maybe there was some sort of division about, like, pragmatism versus staying true to your principles or something. It is interesting to think about, because the Cetra are at one with the planet, they can hear the planet, etc. so forth, and supposedly the human ancestors were the exact same thing, but they stopped being itinerant. So I guess it was more of a pragmatism thing, where the Cetra were more the crazies that wanted to hug the planet for the rest of time, and the pragmatist humans were like, well, that's great, we love listening to the planet too, but we need to actually establish ourselves so that we can survive. And that's part of the reason why the Cetra died out. That's my guess, anyways. Cetra. That girl is the survivor of the Cetra? Dude, you've been guiding us around this whole area. You seem to know everything about everything that's going on in here, and you didn't know that? He was about to give his red rocket to this girl, and he didn't even know why. Like, they even described her as being part of a lost species. How could you not know that? Like, he just... Did he just think that they were bringing him some random girl off the street? And it's like, fuck it, I'll do it. Because again, he didn't have a plan. Barrett is the person that shot the container that allowed him to get out. So his plan was to just act really excited and maybe something will happen. Something will happen. He just didn't know what it was going to be. Cetra, or the Ancients, will show us the way to the Promised Land. I'm expecting a lot out of her. Welcome, Shamplu89. Nah. The Promised Land. Isn't that just a legend? Isn't that just dumb horse hockey? Yeah. If any of you don't know, I have an old Let's Gripe. I have a couple of old Let's Gripes that are like writing and horror, I think. And on YouTube, of course, because it's YouTube, they got delisted or claimed or whatever at some point. If those are not up, you still should be able to go down to the description on them, and there will be mirrors for the videos that are like on Vimeo or some crazy thing. So you can still watch them that way. Whoops. Something pursue. That's all I saw. It's been said the Promised Land is very fertile. If the land is fertile, this is what I was describing last stream, this is what his plan hinges on. There is a vague sentiment in old descriptions of the Ancients that they have something to do with the Promised Land, whatever that is, and the Promised Land is described as having something to do with fertility. And that vague sentiment is what drove them to kill hundreds of thousands of people, destroy 1/8 of their entire city, abandon their space program, their existing reactor program, and start an entirely new program to build a new city in a place that they haven't determined the location of yet. Because they're assuming that a lady that they found will be able to lead them there. And if she can't, their plan was to take a dog and breed her to the dog so that her offspring would be old enough for them to continue their research so that maybe they might find out where the Promised Land is based on studying half-dog, half-Cetra hybrid children that live a long time. This incredibly vague, nonsensical, inane, asinine plan is what they have hinged billions of dollars on. I just wanted to mention that. There's gotta be makeup. Yeah, probably makeup. There's probably oil. I saw in the Bible that they said that there might be black stuff somewhere, so it's probably oil. Let's blow up New York City. That's what they did. That's their plan. They're idiots. Welcome back, Critical Link. Yeah. Yeah. The abundant Mako will flow out on its own, because I said so. That is where Neo Megar will be built, probably, even though we have no plans for it just yet. Shinra's new glory, I assume. Barrett spit on him. Then he said the F word, probably. Quit dreaming. Oh, really? Don't you know? These days, all it takes for your dreams to come true is money and power. See, now he's completely evading the fact that his plan is nonsense, and he's just rambling about how big of a man and how big his penis is. Because he's a big fat white man that has a small penis. But he has lots of money. And lots of other big fat white men with small penises have lots of money too, and they support him. That's how the world works. well, that is all for a meeting. Like, he's done this twice now. Remember whenever he showed up to mock Avalanche at the reactor? And he didn't actually say anything? He just showed up, asked what their names were, and then pretended to not know who they were, even though he showed up. Why would he show up to see people that he didn't know? And then after he pretended to not know who they were, he left. Just so that he could pretend that he was a big man. And he's doing the same thing now. He's like, bring them up here. He's like, the Promised Land's got a lot of shit. I'm gonna make a lot of money. Fuck you. That's it for our meeting. Bye. That's it. This guy's a fucking loser. Come on, see, Rude is also... He isn't fat yet, but one day he will be a big fat man with a small penis. So he wants to make sure that he's on his good side. Hold on, I got a lot to say to you. He's gonna spit on him again. And because he's so rotund and so wealthy, he just brushes off the spit. If there's anything else, talk to my secretary. He's trying so hard to act like he's above all this. When you actually have to bring the people into your office to pretend that you're above them, it doesn't count. You brought them there. You're just marking yourself as being an incompetent loser. He's trying so hard. How embarrassing. Alright, so here we are. I think you actually get a little bit of points based on who you talk to first. So we'll talk to Eris first. Never mind, we'll talk to Tifa first. Never mind, we'll talk to the dog. Actually, it's not giving us a choice. Let's talk to Barrett first. Gets a little bit of points for Barrett. Eris is an ancient, and the real name of the ancients is Citra. That doesn't actually matter, but proceed. Hasselglass, welcome, buddy. That's a cute name, Hasselglass. Sounds fun to say. Or it is fun to say. Thank you, Hasselglass. Yeah. And the real name of the ancients is Citra. The ancients know where the Promised Land is, and the Shinra is searching for that Promised Land. That is indeed a synopsis of the events up until now. I only heard stories about the Promised Land. I don't know if it really exists. In fact, I don't know what it even is. I don't even know if it's a land or if it actually is promised. Is that right, cute dog that I'm in here with? Cute dog scratches his ear and does nothing. The Shinra believe that the Promised Land is full of Mako energy, which means that the Shinra get there, they'll suck up all the Mako energy. Wow, he really nailed it, didn't he? The Shinra think there's oil, and if they get there, they'll use the oil. You fucking nailed it, Barrett. And the land will wither away, the planet's gonna get weaker. Yep. I just can't leave them be, I'm recruiting new members. We kind of have to. The rest of them are unfortunately dead. Me, Tifa. Call her Tifa sometimes. English is unfortunate in that, like, Tifa, if you wanted her name to be Tifa, you would have to spell it, I guess, T-E-E-F-A. Which looks terrible. And also the name Tifa sounds terrible. The name Tifa sounds terrible too. But, you know, what are you gonna do? Now that's Tifa. Like, this is the problem with English. Like, there's this too much going on. It's kind of a mess. And Eris too. Her name is Eris. Even though, in my ruining the sequels video, I still get this comment. But even though in my ruining the sequels video, I very ardently go over Eris's name, and I explain exactly what that's about and how there's a distinction between that in English, but there isn't one in Japanese, and they're using a symbol that technically doesn't even have a TH in it. And I explained the whole thing, right? I still would got people in the comment section explaining, there's a translation error. And then that's it. That's all they say. Like, for some reason, that specifically annoys me. Whenever I go out, like the whole video is about that. Not the whole video, but the video is about that. And I spend probably like a good 5 minutes explaining it. So someone, in order to respond to that with that comment, has to hear me talk about it. But then instead of like absorbing that information and going, oh, and then just not saying anything, they instead immediately, the very moment that I start talking about it, open the comment section, and they verbally shit out the thing that they've heard from forums for like the past 10 years. And that's it. They just repeat the same erroneous information that they've heard before. And that's as far as it goes. Very annoying, because it means that you're taking the time to explain something and they're just ignoring you. Yeah. Anyways. Wolf Koenig. Thank you very, very much, buddy. I am a Strange Cat Man. That's who I am. I'm a Strange Cat Woodman. How about you, dog? How about you, cute dog whose tail is made of fire, even though you cannot see that inside of the game model? So damn boring. I always like this. You're so damn boring. I know in the Final Fantasy VII Abridged, they make Barrett and Nanaki best friends, which is kind of funny. Can we get out? Leave it to me. My penis is kind of... No, leave it to me. Clyde, you're so brave. She likes me now. We're boyfriend and girlfriend now. I think I'll talk to him. I'm going to try to narrow the field between the romance options. And I think that this... Grandpa. I think this will minimize the amount of points that she gets, I think. What's so funny? Nothing. Ha 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 ha. Whenever I imagine Barrett laughing, I imagine him being like, oh. I can't imagine him... Like, I imagine him either going, oh, or like loudly guffawing as hard as he can. I can't imagine him doing anything in between. Okay. Now I have to talk to the woman that shall not bear any children because she gets stabbed. Isn't it disrespectful that whenever Sephiroth stabs her, he like stabs her in such a way that, sure, it goes through her back, but it's not like her upper back, so it goes through her heart or something. It like goes through her spinal column and into her womb. That's rude. That's a rude murder. Cloud, are you there? They can't even salvage the good parts. Sorry. No, that's rude also. Eris, you safe? Eris, you cool? Yeah, I'm alright. I knew that Cloud... I don't know. Actually, what I think I'll do... Well, I won't get to the... This is something else that I wanted to mention. Since Elden Ring is coming out, I think I'm going to try... just to have content, I think I'm going to try to do an Elden Ring LP. Which it's going to go really badly. It's going to go really badly. But I think I want to try to do it just because, why not? Why not? So whenever that comes out, I'll have to stop playing 7. So I won't actually get to that point. But if the internet hadn't kept going out this past month, then I would have, in theory, if I hadn't stopped and talked like I do. But I was going to make like individual saves for all the dates and then just go on all the dates. Which would include Tifa, Eris, Yuffie, and Barrett. I knew that Cloud would come for me. Oh. Hey, I'm your bodyguard, right? Bodyguards come all the time. The deal was for one date, right? She's saying this awfully loud for Tifa to hear it. The deal was for one date. I'll put out once. Oh, I get it. I like this pose that she's taking too. She's not like delicately getting up and like folding her legs over the side of the bed. She's like getting up like, oh, fuck this. Oh, I fucking get it. Tifa, competing female, you're there too. Excuse me, princess. You know, Eris, I have a question. Is it about my cycle? Does the Promised Land really exist? I don't fucking know. It's just some horse shit that my mom rambled on about. All I know is, the Cetra were born from the planet, speak with the planet, and unlock the planet. Then, the Cetra will return to the Promised Land, a land that promises supreme happiness. The Promised Land is just the energy that's swirling under their planet. It's actually Mako energy itself. That's the spoiler. That's the Promised Land. The Promised Land is dying. You fucking die. That's the Promised Land. The promise is death. What the fuck does that mean? I don't know. More than words, I don't know. Speak with a planet. That's... Cloud's like, speak with a planet. That's gay. Eris is like, just shut up, Cloud. Shut the fuck up. Just what does the planet say? It's full of people and it's noisy. That's why I can't make out what they're saying. You hear it now? Welcome back, KYH9. Yeah. Only heard it at the church in the slums, because that's where all the dead people were. Mother said that Midgar was no longer safe. That is, my real mother. What do you mean it was no longer safe? Whenever she got there in the first place, it was a nightmare. Okay, hold on. You know how in Remake, in Final Fantasy VII Remake, they tried to claim that Afalna and Aerith were there, or Aerith, excuse me. Aerith? Sounds like a rapping thing. Aerith? Sorry. They were there in the Shinra Tower the whole time, and they had like a room, like an apartment. This makes it sound like Afalna consciously went to Midgar because she believed that it was safe, which would completely undermine that entire plot point. Anyways, Mother said that Midgar was no longer safe. That is, my real mother. Someday I'll get out of Midgar, speak with the planet, and find my Promised Land. She does. She leaves Midgar, she speaks with the planet. It goes kind of crazy when she does that too. And then she dies. She found the Promised Land. That's what Mom said. I thought I would stop hearing her voice as I grew up. Especially since she's dead. But... and that's it. Let's get some sweep. Yeah, there's a lot of... part of it is that 7... like, even if a lot of the misinformation around 7 comes from the compilation era, just because 7 was so successful and they have turned it into a fan fiction series. But, if 7 had never gotten the compilation stuff, then it would still be a problem, just because of, how convoluted 7 itself actually is. And as I mentioned before, 7's writing process and development process was an absolute mess. And it had tons of different writers and tons of different ideas and people coming and going and things were changing constantly. It was just an absolute nightmare from how they describe it. So that translates into the game because the game can be very confusing at times. A lot of misinformation does come from people just not understanding it. Plus, the English translation of the game was also a gigantic mess. So especially if it had just been left as it is, we would only have the English translation of the original 7 to go off of, which, you know, it's not any good. So the door's open. When did it open? Can I point out... yeah, the Let's Mosey series is great for that. I like how he doesn't bother waking her up. He has to go out and investigate things first. Also, very effective that they turn the music off right here. What's happened? Man dead. Man hand door hook car door. Tifa, wake up. He gets up in the same pose. The fuck's wrong? Something's wrong. Look outside. Alright, so... yeah. Can I point out... when we walk out of here, there's gonna be... a lot of blood. And all the employees are gonna be dead. Almost all the soldiers that were walking around are going to be dead. There's going to be monsters running around. And everyone slept through all of it. Oh yeah, I have to get the key first. Forgot about that. I wonder what happened. Maybe he got too funky fresh and just collapsed on the dance floor. You should have a key on him. Come on, Tifa, get Eris. I'll go help Barrett and the others. I will go assist the less sexy members of the team. And note I said less sexy. Must have been attacked by... in the name of... this is kind of eerie. Are you going to open it? There he goes. Bear Nanaki, come with me. Something's wrong. By the way, I just called him Nanaki. Nanaki is his real name. So I always name him that. But do you think it weirds him out, the fact that I just guessed what his name is, even though his name is like a nonsense name that doesn't exist? Excuse me. I wonder where they got the name Nanaki. I bet it has some very specific Japanese meaning, and the characters of his name spell out like old fire dog, or it's some weird thing like that. You never know. Why is the door open? Because I'm here. What do you mean, why is the door open? I just opened it. He's like addressing that to the room itself. Why is the door open? Where is everyone? I'm here. I opened the door for you. You're supposed to look at me and ask me, how did you get the door open? I feel like I need to, like, stand here and complain about that for the next 10 minutes. The hell's going on? What's that? Yeah. Weird hand thing. 777 is read as Nanashi. Why would all sevens matter, though? No human could have done this. I'll go on ahead. Like, I don't doubt you, but, you know, it's more just the Japanese can have weird motivations for why they do the things they do sometimes. Punish Kiger, welcome. Welcome back, Kiger. Yeah. I'll clean up back here, so you guys go ahead. And don't get caught by Shinra. Don't do it. How's it going on? Come on, ladies. Come on, let's follow Naki. And now they have been reabsorbed back into my flesh. Excellent. So that's it, really? Just, it sounded Native American-y. And all sevens. Okay, but why does it having, like, all sevens matter? Is it just because Final Fantasy VII? Is that really it? Surely not. It can't be that stupid. No, it can be. It can be. What am I saying? Yeah, that's usually the answer. The answer is shut up. Yeah, there is, like, the lucky sevens thing they have going on. Maybe that is it. Maybe just throughout the development of this game... Did I just steal something from him? Whatever, just kill him. There are several things in the game that are related to just having all sevens in various ways. So maybe that is as simple as it is. Just anytime that they couldn't think of something, they're just like, sevens. That's the lucky one, right? Just sevens. I guess that's a good enough explanation. It's just, you know, kind of dumb, but that's fine. Did they have... Did Final Fantasy VIII still have the Lucky Sevens mechanic? I don't know if any of the other games had that at all, actually. It may just be this one. I think that 9 may have had something similar, but I don't remember what it was. And I don't think I'm conflating that with the trance state. I know. Anyways. There's a lot of blood here. Although, did it get away? Genova? I will... They could not possibly have thought of this, so this means nothing really. But I will point out that the shape of this thing and the way that the metal is scarred, it doesn't look like the metal was pulled out, and it doesn't look like the metal was pushed in. In fact, did it get away? Genova? The fact that there are like these little scars all over it almost makes it look like it was like frozen and then shattered or something. I'm not quite sure. But Apathetic Vigilante, welcome. Welcome to your return, sorry. Thank you very much. Apathetic Vigilante. I was trying to think of a clever way to say something, but then I just was stupid instead, which is very me. Thank you, yeah. Genova specimen. Looks like it went to the upper floor using the elevator for the specimens. Because it's a specimen. I get it, thank you. But yeah, it kind of just... The damage on this thing doesn't really look like it makes any sense if you think about it too much. I'm sure that just the artist is just like, it's supposed to look like it's broken. Here's some like crack lines, whatever, and I'm done. That's probably all there was to it. Yeah, but I guess if there had to be damage that would be done to this thing for it to make any sense, it would probably just be that it was frozen, which is kind of interesting. But it doesn't mean anything. Also, the blood patterning all over the place. It's very, like, of course, it's very low resolution, even though I'm using the texture up-res thing. But it's just like, I guess this is supposed to be his blood? But none of the other corpses had blood like that. So I guess it would have to be Genova's blood. And of course at this point... Yes. Okay, this is... Whenever I said earlier that 7 can be confusing, this is what I'm talking about. And I'll ask you guys what you think. What exactly broke Genova out? And I'll give you a moment to consider that, because I'm pretty sure I have the answer. I think that Genova was broken out by one of the initial experiments, one of the initial clones of people. You know how there was the guy inside of the sewer earlier, and he has a tattoo on him? The people that have tattoos on them, I think that the one that we're chasing around is just some guy that has a tattoo of... I forget what number he is. It may be number 1, I don't remember. I think he's the one that got Genova out. Because it could also be Genova itself. Genova could have broken itself out and taken the form of Sephiroth. That's possible. I don't think that's the case, but it's possible, so I'll name that as being a possibility. It can't be the real Sephiroth, because the real Sephiroth, as I covered in my video, is actually half of a corpse that is frozen inside of a crystal that is up in the northern crater. Because that's what's left of him after Cloud tossed him inside of the Mako stream 7 years ago? I think it's 5 years ago, I can't quite remember. So it's not actually Sephiroth. It is either a clone or it is part of Genova. And in Remake, it's a little bit more vague. But it's not a little bit more vague, it's just there's a lot more shit going on. Like there's garbage flying everywhere in Remake, so it can be a little bit more confusing. It looks like it leads up. And notice also... Now, I will say that, because what spurred me thinking about this is that there are blood trails. So you might be led to believe that Jenova is being, like, drugged and carried around. Because I think that's what you're supposed to be led to believe. Whoops! I selected Cloud because he ran in there. Enjoy your damage, Cloud. Eris, what the fuck? Sorry, just... Fuck. You just look so good. Just had to have you. Alright. Can't remember if I stole anything from him. Oh, yeah, I did. Alright, so that was completely worthless. Wow, 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 wow. He just misses completely. Oh, I did a whole thing and everything. I was supposed to look cool, then you dodged it. Wow. I always love that little growling noise. I think it's fun. Okay. Anyway, so like I was trying to say, you would get the impression that it was being drug around. Like something had broken it out and was carrying it. But you will also notice that there's these giant gash marks on the wall now. Which would seem to more indicate that Jenova itself, because later on you find out that the only two things that are involved are Sephiroth, a clone of Sephiroth anyways, and Jenova itself. So it would have to be one or the other, and I don't think that the guy that has Sephiroth and Jenova's cells swimming around inside of him and is being turned into looking like Sephiroth, as many of them are, is going to turn into a monster and claw the wall for no reason. So it's probably Jenova that's actually pulling itself along. That makes the most sense to me. Arrgh. Although, why is Jenova just like randomly clawing the walls for no reason? Arrgh. Check that wall. Fuck you. Welcome, Bucketman42. Nyah. Yeah. Take that 69. I know what you mean. Okay. Like, 7 is a good game, but it's hard to be a fan of 7. Just because there's just so much dumb horse shit associated with it these days. I better heal her. Oh? Stole antidote. She could probably use that, but you know. Bucket. I'll give you a single potion. See that how it's just a dude? Now I'm gonna have to actually revive her. How embarrassing. Like, isn't it weird that that enemy is just a dude? It's just some gross white dude. It's like a... what's his name? Here, let me fix this problem for them. Getting tired of these guys. What's his name? Who's that streamer? His name is like a... his name is Pet Stares At. But, you know... his actual name is something else. What was his name? Like, he's very egg-shaped. He has a clean-shaven face. It looks really weird. Yeah, that guy. I can't remember what his name is, though. I don't know why his username is Pet Stares At. Very strange. Greg, that's it. Greg. Yeah, Greg was in there. The enemy is Greg inside of an egg. A Greg, if you will. Isn't that strange? Anyways. Just gonna save over here. See, that's the reason why I like having... I actually do like having Eris as a teammate. If we actually do, like, 5 years from now, get to the point where we get to disc 2 or whatever, I'll just use a save editor just to put her back in the party, just for fun. Because who cares? They call me the Greg Man. What do you think President Shinra's final words were? Was it like, talk to my secretary if there's any more? Or maybe it's like, who are you again? Like he's looking at Sephiroth. Sephiroth's sword is like plunging into his back. Talk to my secretary. Make an appointment, bitch. And then he dies because he's fat and stupid. He's dead. The head of Shinra's dead. It's a good thing that these little characters run so fast. Because it would have been pretty awkward if there had been a pause in the dialogue and Tifa had to run around the entire room to look at his back. And then point at the sword. Like, she didn't really do anything. She just... I don't know why that's funny. This Tifa... Barrett says something, and then Tifa immediately takes off and begins sprinting as hard as she can around the perimeter of this giant room, this laughably giant desk. And then, like, he... the sword. Sephiroth! God damn it, I sprinted all the way around here. You stole my thunder, you bastard. Sephiroth is alive? Looks like it. Only Sephiroth can use that sword. Even though later we actually find that there's an item in the game that's just a replica of the sword that you can collect. So lots of people can... whatever. It's not like... why is this only Sephiroth can use this? It's just a long sword. Like a... what are they called? I forget what they're called. Japanese longsword.
According to Wikipedia, modern times, the most commonly known type of Japanese sword is the Shinogi Zukuri Katana,
that's wrong.
Which is a single-edged and usually curved longsword traditionally worn by samurai from
wrong.
the 15th century onwards.
Oh, you're not gonna read that part? Naginata. You son of a bitch. Anyways. Yeah, I think it's an Odachi. I was trying to be funny, but ended up just being annoying. As usual. Yeah, Odachi. It's just an Odachi. Like, yeah, it's long. Only Sephiroth could use it. What, you can't pick it up? Who cares who did it? Fucking stupid. You're stupid. This is the end of the Shinra. And then Palmer's there. Ugh. Here, hold on. What if I can actually do this? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I just wanted to get a good close-up of him. Ooh! This is text box. Ooh! Ooh! Okay. That's all I wanted. Sorry. Ooh! What a beautiful man. Catch that Greg! Please don't kill me. What happened? I had to look behind me and see if Butch was actually still in here. He actually is. He's sleeping behind me. This is Sephiroth. Sephiroth came. Did you see him? Did you see Sephiroth come? I saw Sephiroth come. I saw him with my own eyes. Did you really see him come? Yes, I just told you. We've discussed this like 5 times now. Why lie at a time like this? I heard his voice as he came. He said something about not letting us have the promised land. It really got him over the edge. It really did it for him. Then does that mean no exclamation point? No comma? Alright. No even dash to... Okay. Why do they do it that way? Does that mean the Promised Land really does exist and that Sephiroth's here to save it from Shinra? And also that he has a big penis and maybe likes me? No. There's a good guy there? This whole idea that Sephiroth might be a good guy doesn't really go anywhere. It's something that I forget about in the game. But, before this point, Sephiroth has almost never been mentioned. He's come up like twice. And suddenly we're talking about him. So I guess by the time that you actually exit Midgar, you're not supposed to know who Sephiroth is. You're not supposed to know whether he's a good man or a bad man. Just that apparently he's really strong and something. And he wanted to kill President Shinra and get Jenova, I guess. And that's all you know about him. And then you go to Calm and you have the Calm flashback. Then after that, there is a conscious decision to pursue him for somewhat ambiguous reasons, but we'll get there. A good guy? No way. It's not that simple, I know him. Sephiroth's mission is different. I should have taken a screenshot of that. Him taking... Greg over here, taking off like that. Like, the fact that his body is so disjointed. And he, arches his back and puts his rump out in the air as he looks straight up in the air. Amazing. Rufus. Fuck. I forgot about him. Who's that? Vice President Rufus. How could you... Tifa... You're part of, a guerrilla military organization that's devoted to taking down Shinra. Why would you not know that? The vice president of the company. The son of the president. Well, she really wasn't serious about her job, was she? Okay. Let's talk to her first. I wonder what sort of person he is. Undoubtedly evil. He's the vice president of Shinra. What do you think? What about you, Puppo? I just know his name. That's really cool. I heard that he'd been assigned somewhere else for a long time. You know, they have to explain why... they just killed the president, and they're like, bring in the replacement president, the one that's more fuckable. The one that we have CG cutscenes for. But they were like, how do we explain why he hasn't been in any scenes at all up until this point? He was away. He was somewhere else. Oh. Okay, he was somewhere else. Also, isn't it... think about the writing. Think about the writing of this. Why exactly did they choose... I'm offering this up as evidence of how Seven's writing is kind of wonky. Why exactly did they make the decision to introduce Vice President Shinra? Why did they introduce the decision to kill the president? I guess it's shocking to get up here and he's dead already. Welcome, Bone Score. But really, what is the... very easily... It could have been that you get up here and you see Sephiroth attacking the president and chops off his arm or chases him off. You know, it doesn't really matter. In fact, the whole aspect of Sephiroth attacking Shinra in the first place makes no sense. Because the only thing Sephiroth actually cares about is getting the black materia from the Temple of Ancients. Or the only thing Jenova cares about. We don't actually know... this is the original 7, so we don't actually know if Sephiroth is even still alive, technically. So why exactly would Sephiroth come up here and kill the president? The only thing I can really think of is that I've heard that no one's ever seen him bleed or cry. Nor cry, Eris. You're making yourself look like a fool. The only thing I can think of is that it's just trying to manipulate Cloud and trying to get Cloud and the party to chase him so that he can eventually lead them to the Temple of the Ancients. Which technically he doesn't need to do. Like, I wouldn't describe this as a plot hole, this is just dumb. Because the only thing that actually... Like, the fact that even this is happening when you're here at the building is ridiculous. Because the... Like, think about it this way. Sephiroth is up in the cave, right? Let's assume that Sephiroth is the one that's actually manipulating Jenova. We don't actually know that. Like, this is the original 7. It could just be that Jenova has assimilated what's left of Sephiroth and is... Since the two were so closely related because he was born with Jenova's cells inside of his body. You could say that Jenova completely sublimated Sephiroth and his plans and is basically just using his like half-consciousness and his motivations and goals for its own purposes of trying to destroy the planet in order to absorb all the life energy out of it and then move on. You could say that. Or it could just be that Sephiroth is doing what is told to us verbatim and is trying to absorb the energy himself to become a god. We don't actually know because Jenova and Sephiroth's ambitions are exactly the same. And you could view them as being the same person at this point. This is one of the weird, unclear things about the original 7. Post-7, like, compilation era, we're just overtly told, no, Sephiroth is the anime boy that wants to market to you and kiss Cloud and, you know, just all that. I better check that, actually. Getting a phone call. Give me a second. Ever since having to deal with, like, hospital calls lately, I've gotten extremely paranoid about the phone. Yeah, it's just some garbage, like robocaller, I think. Okay. Anyways, like I was saying. Supposedly Sephiroth's ambition right now, or Jenova's ambition, is just that. Use black materia to call down Meteor, and then destroy the planet enough so that all the Mako energy has to gather together to heal the planet at that one spot. Which apparently, even though the live stream is like people, they don't get a choice in the matter, which is weird. Whatever. And even though at the very end we see that the live stream consciously, like, goes to help and stop this. That's one of the also the weird things about 7's ending, is that ultimately nothing you do really matters. Because the live stream ends up saving the planet itself, and all of your efforts are completely ignored. Anyways, all that Sephiroth actually has to do is get that black materia. He doesn't need Cloud for that. In fact, he can probably just send in one of those clones. Like one of the clones that has the numbered tattoos on them. Send them in there, solve that puzzle, and then that's it. And he could do that at any point. So the only thing that I can really think of is that for whatever reason, those numbered clones are not capable of doing that. Maybe because of the fact that the Temple of the Ancients is so... I'm making up headcanon. Maybe because the Temple of the Agents is like so saturated with this like natural life force that Eris herself is completely overwhelmed by. Maybe his connection to controlling the clones like puppets is also cut off. So he needs someone that is more malleable and manipulative. I don't know how to describe that. Someone that he can manipulate without consciously controlling them. So the puppets are out as an option. And Genova cannot go in there either. Let's just say that. We don't actually know that, but let's just say that. That would mean that Cloud would be the best option. Because Cloud is, like, sort of a puppet. He can be controlled with a lot of effort from Sephiroth, but otherwise he has free will. Because he just has a little bit of Genova in him. Or something. It's not clear. So that would make him the best option. So this entire plan of coming here at this exact moment and grabbing Genova and making a big show out of it and going up here and killing the president is basically just a hello, Cloud. Come get me. Haha, chase me. I'm pretty. That is my guess. That is my best guess. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but let's roll with it. Wow. Oh my god. Hold on. I gotta have another one of these. God, I love Palmer's revolting appearance. Wow, what a mess of a person. Oh my god. Just look at this thing. Look at this fuck. Jesus Christ. Holy fuck. What a beautiful tragedy this man is. Hold on. Like, this is his skull. Oh my god. This is his skull. Holy fuck. This just gets worse the more that I draw it. Holy fuck. That's his skull. Oh my god. And like, if you just imagine that part, like his back fat is up here. This is his back. He's got like the little noodle arms and everything. Oh my god. I've got to move my arm just so I can get access to this. This is juicy. He's got like the bitch tits. He would look like this. This is who he is. This is the head of their space development program. He's in charge of getting them to the moon. You know the guy that hires Neil Armstrong? I like butter and lard. That's his character. That is all he is. What is this? What is this? It goes out here? You can actually see it. Oh my god. His toes would be like out here. Like this? Jesus Christ, Palmer. Is it this bad? Oh my god. What a mess. Can you imagine living like this? Maybe that's why he wants to get into space so bad. Can you imagine the relief? Hitting 0 Gs and all this just starts flapping in the knot breeze? This is the most perplexing area to me. The fact that there's... Why is there so much back fat collected up here? Like, there's a lot going on up there. Oh, it's so rough. It's so bad. And that, I'll remind you, this is what his skull looks like. I cannot believe what a fucking tragedy this creature is. What did his mother look like? God, he looks like... He looks like 2 hefty trash bags that have been tied together at both ends and filled with the world's supply of mashed potatoes. It's like if you replaced a person's body with Lego pieces and then inflated them like a balloon. Amazing. And he wears a bow tie. He wears like a little bow tie. I'm a businessman. I got this job through nepotism. How did he get this job? How did he get this job? He's so incompetent, there's no way he actually got the job legitimately, right? And ignoring that, who would be his friend so that he would get it via nepotism? He's got to be like the uncle. He's got to be like a nephew or something. I mean, considering what exactly, like, Rufus is... I guess we'll go back. I really wanted to linger on him. Considering what... Oh, the mouse cursor isn't showing up. That's interesting. Usually, I can actually use it. There it goes, there it goes. Considering that Rufus here, like, his father is almost as horrendously malformed as Palmer here, that tells you that they might be related. And considering how in shape he is, it's got to be, like, on the father's side. Like, that's how revolting his family line is. What a mess. Okay. Sorry to make you guys sit there and watch me do that for 30 minutes or whatever. Surfwolf was actually here, by the way. That was not him talking, I just was really focused on him. Just who are you? I'm Cloud, ex-soldier, first class. Alright. This is a lie. This is not true. In fact, we have run across third class, or so they're worse soldiers, and they have been decidedly stronger than Cloud in most cases. This is also a lie. He's not a soldier at all, in fact. In fact, they attempted to douse him. They evaluated him for the process of dousing him with Mako. and they determined it would be too much for him because he was a bitch. So he didn't get this. The reason why his eyes glow with Mako energy is because he was later abducted along with Zack and experimented on by Hojo. And in fact, that process went so badly that Zack managed to climb out and was like, ooh, that was pretty rough. And Cloud was borderline comatose for like the next month. And he could only go... and that's all he could do. And his mind was almost wiped clean, and at this point he doesn't even know that. He can't even remember it, it fucked him up so badly. And Zack shook it off like a case of fleas. So even this part, I'm Cloud. No, you're not. Every element of this is a lie. Even this up here, the name that I input for him, is also a lie. For now. I'm from Avalanche. This... I'm sorry to disrupt your Funtime adventure down here, Bear. This is also a lie. Because Avalanche does not really exist anymore. Because Avalanche was a small room of like... what is it? 3, 4... like, really 4 people. Really. Like, Tifa is here, but she ran the bar, never went on missions. And even, like, recently, whenever Rufus here showed up, she's like, who? And she doesn't even know who the vice president of Shinra was. So, you know, I can't possibly imagine that she knew too much about the day-to-day operations of this. So, 100% of his organization is dead. Aside from him. So, it's partly a lie. But he's having fun. Look at him go. Unless, of course, you're operating under the logic of the compilation era, in which case, Avalanche, for some reason, is a world-spanning organization with secret members everywhere. Which, if you can't tell, I absolutely despise. It really undermines the entire narrative when there is a world organization trying to assist you on every level. Because the whole point of this is that it's pathetic, and that the people that are trying to help the planet and save the planet, supposedly, are doing it for selfish reasons, and they don't even know what they're doing. Anyways, me too. As we covered, this is also a lie. She is not from Avalanche either. She was barely involved. A flower girl from the slums. Okay. This is technically true. But it's true in the same way that if I were to say that I am... if I were to say that I'm a Caucasian male or something. Yeah. Yeah. There's a bit more to it than that. So, her being a flower gum from the slums is really skimming the surface of her being the last remaining member of an ancient race of possibly aliens, who themselves are a splinter breed from humans that can actually hear the planet and are said to know the way to the Promised Land. Lie of omission. So this is also a lie. Our research specimen. This up here is the truth, because I made it the truth. If I had allowed his name to be the same, Red 13, that would also be a lie. Because for some reason, even though he knows his own name, he takes this ridiculous, like, pseudo-intellectual high road of claiming that it doesn't matter what you call me. I am what I am, a being that exists before you. Blah, blah, blah. Da, 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 da. Like pseudo-intellectual bullshit. So, coincidentally, what he's saying down here is also technically true, in the same way that Eris's is true. So this is a lie of omission as well. And this originally would have also been a lie. So, 100% of their replies are all lies in various ways. What a crew. I'm Rufus, the president of Shinra Incorporated. This is the truth. Everything he just said is true. He's an evil, horrible man, and everything he's saying is true. Goodness, that's loud. Give me a second. I'll turn that off. Look how loud that was. Like a Windows bomb going off. You're only president because your old man died. That's, yeah, I mean, that's usually how such things work. Correct. I'll let you hear my inauguration speech. Father tried to control the world with money, and that worked for him. And that is typically how the world is run. The people believe that Shinra would protect them. That is also true. Unbelievably true. Because the people are really, really dumb. Even after they collapsed a plate on top of them and killed 1/8 of them. Oh, it's to save us, Shinra. Okay. It's like if the city of New York was run by Apple, and Apple owned everything about them, and the day-to-day operations of everything were just Apple this, Apple that. Apple will protect you. Apple loves you. And no one questioned it. And then one day, just Manhattan blew up. And then they said, a group that is anti-Apple did it. They did it. And no one says, well, aren't you the ones that have total control over whether or not Manhattan blows up? Because you installed those blow-up parts of New York City centers all around New York City? Yeah. But, they did it. It's them. Yeah, it's Antifa. And everyone just went, "Hail Apple! Thank you, Apple, for protecting us!" So, yeah, people in this game are pretty stupid. It looked perfect on the outside, yeah, yeah. It's great. But I do things differently. I'll control the world with fear. That decidedly does not work. It's too much to do it like my old man. So even though they paint Rufus as being more capable than his father is obviously a moron. His father actually was doing it the right way. In the sense that he was ruling things with money while also giving people what they needed to survive, but still basically just funneling everything into his own pockets. Which is how the real world works. Somebody deciding, no, I'm going to make people afraid. I'm going to chase them around with pitchforks and scream slurs at them and make monsters and throw monsters at them. Not a great idea. So Rufus, kind of stupid. A little fear will control the minds of the common people. Not true. It just makes them, it gives them anxiety and makes them restless and makes them want to do things, which you don't want. There's no reason to waste good money on them. That's true. That's the reason why people live in the slums. Like already, most of the people in Midgar live in slums. Where they gather sheet metal that fell from the rich overcity just so that they can survive in huts they build in mud. There's no reason to waste good money on them. Like, you're not wasting anything. He likes to make speeches just like his father. He's a dumb bitch-ass cuck. Wow, Tifa. That's really regressive. Get Eros out of the building. Hold on. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Get Eris out of the building. What? And they start arguing about Eris. And Eris with her floating arms. The fact that she has braces right here, but they blend in, so it makes it look like she has floating arms. This little smile on her face. I'm here. I'm in danger. Get Eris out of the building! Sorry, I don't know why that's funny to me. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. I'll explain later. Barrett, this is real. This is the real crisis for the planet. The hell's that supposed to mean? Oh, look, this pose he's doing. Like he's trying to headbutt someone. I'll explain later. Just take my word for now. I'll go after I take care of him. After I have a ridiculous boss fight where he uses a shotgun. He uses a shotgun to place behind his butthole so that he can fire it and rock it around the pavement like an ice skater with a rocket on its back. That boss up is so fucking stupid. I can't believe they did that. So fucking moronic. Anyways, alright, Cloud. Okay. And then they all leave. Then they stayed up there and kissed. Cloud, I just thought of something. The thing that she just thought of is the realization that you can only have 3 members in a party at any given time. So they decided to split her off for no reason. Or they decided to split Tifa off for no good reason, I should say. I'll wait for Cloud. Everyone get to the elevator. They don't even bother discussing this. They're just like, okay, just go. But there's no explanation for why this happens. Just, like, shouldn't she go up there and help him? If she's going to bother staying? Whatever. It's going to get pretty ugly from here on. We should check on our equipment. We're right here, yeah. I don't think I can change their equipment, though. I'm not going to bother doing that. Alright. Oh, God. Look at all of it. Fuck. Okay, Barrett will have what he's going to have. Enemy skill doesn't matter. Let's put this down here first, actually. Whenever you use steel, I'm pretty sure it turns you into short range, even if you're using a ranged weapon, so that doesn't matter either way. What should I put on everyone? How about Elemental? Yeah, that'll make the most sense for him. Because I know it's coming up. Yeah, fire. Then probably... I'm just trying to fit as many things on everyone as possible. So that I can keep leveling everything up. Let's actually do Restore All. Put fire on you, put poison on you as well. Actually, let's do it this way. Otherwise, I'll get myself confused later. And cover. Okay. There we go. Got everything on everyone. That'll do. Now we run. She's pretty fast. I think there are 4 different characters that you can actually control like this. Cloud, Eris here. Tifa and Sid later on. I think that's it. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, this is kind of a neat little boss fight. Now with these two, you obviously only have one choice. Barrett's the only one that can actually attack at range. In my other playthrough, I was like level 20 at this point. So I pretty much just eradicated him right off the bat. Always appreciated how there's a very distinct look to the machines and stuff in this game. Like all the Shinra machines, even though it's kind of a dumb term, people refer to it as diesel punk. It doesn't look steampunk. The machines look sort of ridiculous, but they look almost like they would work. I probably should have saved this, actually, because he's probably almost dead. Yeah, there he goes. Oh no, he's still alive. Huh, okay. Should be almost dead. Sensor cannon charging. Like the wheels are these weird little, they look like peeled oranges. I don't see how they would actually work in real life. And they always have like these little tubes coming out, but they're still sort of sensible because they still have basic geometrical shapes as their like their core. Like this little dude, he's basically just a flying triangle. So he looks like he functions, but he's also sort of weird enough looking that it looks like a completely different sort of design. It's pretty cool. Welcome back, boats and hoes. Yeah, ooh, goodness, that was a big one. The internet is behaving itself today. I actually still have... Ah, crap. It's already dark. I still have chores that I need to do, so I'll probably cut it short after this. I'm going to try to get out of the city. But I'll try to pick this up tomorrow as well. I don't want to go overboard day one. Because each time that I stream, I usually... like, I talk so much that it actually does hurt my voice. And heal myself for no good reason. The first thing I'm going to do whenever I get outside, other than get Matcha Magic, of course, will be try to farm up everyone's limit breaks again. Yeah, no problem. I hope you guys actually enjoy the streams. Like, you don't have to be here just because I'm here. I better support him. He's gonna die. Or anything like that. I hope that these streams are actually entertaining in some fashion. I'm sorry that I'm not a pretty VTuber girl. I'd probably be much more possible, or much better off if I was a pretty lady. Remove materia, yes, I will do that. Access menu. Okay, I will not be able to fit everything on him, though. It won't matter, but I may as well. Actually, which one has the most? Or the least, I should say. 226. Oh, okay, it was this one. Good. I want to try to level that up some. Get them equalized. I will probably use this once. I don't have anything that's at level 2. Wow, I can't believe I don't have any materia that's at level 2 yet. I usually have like Fyra and, well, like Ice too. And I forgot that I also have a mod that changed all the names to be more conventional. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I don't have anything leveled up at that point right now. I guess cover is not high priority. Since it's not high priority, Where's my steel? Steel is high priority. Restore sort of high priority. I think I already have... Yeah, which one? Alright, this one's lower. It's good. And then probably poison or ice, which is higher. That has almost nothing. I better get that. Okay. Alright, that'll do for now. There we go. Let's beat the shit out of Rufus. Why you want to fight me? Well, you did just say that you were going to terrorize the world for no reason. Welcome back, DCR 1311. Nya. Let me stretch for a second. Oh. Oh. Oh, wow. I stretched in such a way that, like, my sternum kind of hurts now. In Final Fantasy VII, originally, in the original release in English, they changed it all to be, like, Fire 1, Fire 2, Fire 3, I think. Whereas normally it's supposed to be, like, Fire, Fyra, Firaga, that sort of thing. And I forgot that I had a very small mod that just changed all the... Oh, that feels terrible, actually. Oh. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. They have a mod that changed all that to be that. Okay. Oh. My body has been a little bit worn down lately. I've been doing a lot of physical stuff lately. Okay. I'm not as young as I used to be. You want the Promised Land and Sephiroth. Sephiroth is mine. That's right. Why does he want Sephiroth? Did you know that Sephiroth is an ancient? This is a lie. Sephiroth is in fact not an ancient at all. He's actually the son of Hojo, believe it or not, and Lucretia, I think is what her name is. It's been a while since I thought. And Lucretia was supposed to be Vincent's girlfriend, but he got cooked. And for the sake of science or something, I guess she allowed Hojo to nut inside her. Which is, wow. That happened more often in science. Sign me up for STEM, right? Anyways, they injected a shit ton of Genova cells into Sephiroth whenever he was an embryo. And that's the reason why he has such a strong connection to Genova. That's also why he was so strong, supposedly. And I think also he got showered in Mako, etc., so forth. Although you would think that with all, like, so much of his cells being composed of Genova, then he would have shape-shifting powers or something. Because that's what Genova basically is. It's the thing. Like, it crashed inside of the Arctic areas. It woke up. It started imitating people around it to get close to them. Like, this is actually what happened. And then it was found out, and then it froze in the snow. And whenever you see it, it's like a woman because it was it supposedly either was transforming into that lady, or it was behaving as that lady, and then it started transforming out into being the weird creature that it actually is. So you think that Sephiroth would have, like, those powers, but I guess not. I guess he's just very anime strong, and that's it. But that's where the idea of him being an ancient comes from, because they actually believe that Genova was an ancient, and she is not. You would think that the fact that they actually ran across Afalna and Eris, and neither one of them have weird Genova powers, would be a clue in that the two are not actually related. Now, Genova is actually a weird monster from outer space that just so happened to assimilate a Cetra. So it just sort of looks like one. Whatever, I can't let you or Sephiroth have the Promised Land. Like, in context, this is really dumb conversation. Because, as we know now, like, in the modern real world, the Promised Land is actually just death. You die and you return to the live stream. That's what the Promised Land is. So, I can't let you have death. I want to be the one that has it. Or whatever. Like, it's ridiculous. They're fighting over nothing, basically. Like, Shinra is stupid because they're pursuing something that does not exist. And Cloud is being stupid because he's trying to stop them from obtaining something that they can't possibly obtain. In fact, actually, it's something that they already have. Like, they already have as much Mako energy as they can. It's not getting any better. So Shinra has actually been destroying... Like, Shinra is at the top and they're destroying themselves for no reason. Guess we won't be allies. Guess we won't kiss. Guess I won't put my hands down your pants serendipitously. Asshole. I was hoping I could get him before I did that. I think it takes 2 hits to get rid of him either way. So he'll manage to, yeah, he'll manage to put up both of them. He had to spend a turn laughing because he's so funny. Oh, I actually took 2. I always appreciated that he had a dog with him. I don't know, there's something about it. Just the fact that he... Isn't it cool that you have with you this weird tentacle... Like, it has a weird tentacle head, but this dog can cast magic. That's fucking cool. Bye-bye, doggy. Sometimes I have this idea in my head for a video game that's... You know, it's sort of like a FromSoft game, I guess. Except, the whole thing is about you being, like, some sort of warrior with a sword, or you punch things really hard, or whatever. Just not guns. And you also have with you a companion pet that grows in power and gets bigger over time. And that can be like a dog, a wolf, it can be like a lynx, or like a tiger, or just things like that. Things that would grow up to be a big animal that have similar movesets. And at the end of the game, you like fight alongside other people that you've run across in the past that also have their own companion animals. Like the ghosts of fallen warriors and fallen doggies show up at the very end. It'd be cool. It's not much of a game idea, I just think it's cool. Ow. Bitch. I'm not supposed to use lightning. That's all for today. Wow, that would not work. Yeah, pro tip, don't grab the undercarriage of a helicopter and hope that it just so happens to work out for you. Bye, President Shinra. He's down here. Same as down here. Bye. I like how no one... no one bothers to remove the corpse. No one bothers to even get the sword out. They just leave him there. Okay. I better save first. I always anticipate that the game is going to crash or something weird is going to happen. Of course. Naturally. Because why? It's so fitting. Why wouldn't this happen? Get out of here. Why do they look emo, too? Like they have, like, emo haircuts. And they're covered in spikes. And they're really gnarled and greasy looking. Get out of here, you guys. Oh my god. Is Cloud actually going to maybe die, I hope? Hilariously. I'm not even going to bother healing him. Oh wow, he is going to! I kind of hope. Yes! That can actually happen. Amazing. I saved beforehand, so that's the reason why I didn't bother. I just love the fact that you can actually get caught out in between the boss fight and getting to the end. That's amazing. I love it. Where's Rufus? I don't know, probably... Like, you just have this boss fight, and you fight supposedly the vice president of all of Shinra. And, you just get killed by a couple of, like, greasy emo dogs as you leave. As I was saying that, I realized, I think the reason why... Probably the reason why President Shinra died, and they introduced a completely new character of Vice President Shinra, who's his son and looks more lean and handsome. I think the reason why they did that is because they want you at this point to fight the face of Shinra. They actually want you to fight something that is Shinra related. But you can't fight a big fat, balding old fat white man that has a small penis. It's not very satisfying, is it? And you can't exactly have him, like, get inside of a big robot, because that's not satisfying either. So what do? You kill him and then have his son show up, and the son introduces himself with a speech where he makes it clear that he's even worse. So in my opinion, that doesn't really work particularly well. They should have introduced Rufus much earlier on, and had him been in, like, scenes earlier where he's like disagreeing, and you can tell he's actually worse, but he doesn't have the authority to do anything about it. I couldn't finish him. It's going to get complicated. Not really. It doesn't really come up that much. Alright. Okay. So, since we took these stairs, first thing I need to do is go over here. Turtle's Paradise. I am pretty sure that I read the Turtle's Paradise 1. But now that I think about it, I can't remember, because I'm conflating my memories of different playthroughs. But anyways, we need to do this. The end of another hard day. Wouldn't you like to sit back with a tall, cool one? You can at the Turtle's Paradise. Stop in today. Why is there an advertisement for a bar that's located in Japan? This is like you're in Japan and you see an advertisement for a small bar that is located in Tokyo. So weird. There's nothing like a smooth one after work. So, if you get done working here at Shinra headquarters, fly across the planet to Wutai. Just take a plane and have a smooth one after work. Sure thing, Turtle's Paradise. Good advertisement placement. Shinra Inc. Our slogan is, Shinra's future is the world's future. Make energy for today for a brighter tomorrow. You know, even though what Shinra is doing is wrong, I don't really blame them too much, because how could anyone possibly know? Like, what if oil was actually like the souls of dinosaurs, and we just didn't know it? How could you possibly know that? I mean, maybe if whenever you are pulling the Mako out of the ground, the Mako is like full of screaming souls. They're like, don't! Whoa, you're destroying us! Maybe if it's like that, then yeah, it would be more understandable. Welcome, our special today is... Ew! Here, to take the money. I don't want your money. Avalanche ain't no pack of criminals. I like how they spell "packa." We just won't... Why is there apostrophe excluding the T from the word just? Maybe because they're trying to emphasize that he's not saying it with extremely clear diction. Like, it's not, we just want back what your boss stole from us. It's, we just want back what your boss stole from us. Sorry, I shook my head so much that my headphones started wobbling. I mean, who he stole from us. She's right here. You can tell that this dialogue was written for a different point in time. Avalanche, we ain't gonna hurt you. We might even pay you if you help us. Okay, money? Money, you say? If money, you say, then the answer is yes. I will get 10 exactly. And I'll get more Phoenix Downs in case I choose to die hilariously. And I'll get 2 more tents, because I'm a special boy. Okay. Thank you, lady. Thank you, come again. Forget I said that. And if you go back here, you opened up all those things without asking, and hey, wait. This is a slight mistranslation, obviously. She's just telling you don't open those things without paying. So you're not allowed to open these until you come back later. So true that what Barrett says, even though they would be stealing from Shinra, he just chooses not to. Because he's such a nice guy. I always wonder what these crazy-ass things over here were. They don't seem to be anything. They're just like canisters that look like they would hold bodies like the ones up in the labs do. But instead, they're just like weird neon things that I guess are meant to look pretty. And there's also similar ones over here, but they aren't filled with anything. Really strange. Also note the complete lack of any weird metal bars up on the ceiling that Tifa could use to have a gratuitous scene where she climbs around looking for stuff. And that's, like, that isn't there. It could be, but it's not. Wow, look how cool that truck is, guys. Oh, never mind. Okay, so if you were ever wondering, where does he get that motorcycle and shit? It's here. And I think, actually, this is the motorcycle that he uses. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's probably this. So, Cloud goes up here, he gets that motorcycle, he drives it here, then it comes down these stairs, then he goes down these stairs. Now, which direction? No, he probably goes down these stairs, actually. It would probably have to be here, because then he would drive here, and then drive past here. And this is the shitty little truck that we're going to be using in a second. And then after that, we drive in this direction, even though it doesn't go anywhere. And after that, we find a window somewhere. I'm not sure where exactly the window is, but we drive out a window. We probably go to the second floor for that. I'll go on ahead. Okay, let some in with guns. I'll just go right back inside. Fuck. We're surrounded. If I was alone, this wouldn't be a thing, but I got a reputation to protect. You all get out while you can. It's not you they're after, it's me. You're the only reason why we showed up here. Yeah, well, that ain't happening. You got caught up over Marlene. Now it's my turn to help you. Okay, playtime's over, jackasses. Oh, such graphic language. Thank you, Mr. Barrett. You call him Mr. Barrett. That don't sound right. I forgot that I gave Barrett the friendly man voice. This is a Louis C.K. reference, back before his troubles. You like friendly man, little girl? Well then, if you are through talking, message us that we think of a way to get out of here. Oh yeah, you're a cold man, just like someone else around here I know. Like, really, it's just all these voices are just a reference to Mr. T. And where exactly Mr. T got his trademark tough guy voice from, I don't know. I would be curious, though, to learn that. Did you say something? Not a thing. So what are we gonna do? Barrett, watch me run down these stairs. Oh, that's nice. Tifa, where's Cloud? Everyone over here. So it is those stairs, I think. Oh, what's up? Where's Cloud? He's coming. Hurry, hurry. Now we get to watch these upscaled 60 FPS jiggles. Look at that bounce. We lost our minds back in 1997 or 6, whatever it was. Like, we're watching that cutscene, holy shit, her tits jiggle! That's insane! They put that in a video game! Whoa! Because at the time, that was amazing. Okay, are they on the second floor or the third floor? Honestly, Cloud didn't need the drive down there. I think they're on the 3rd floor. Yeah, that cutscene, at the time, that cutscene was amazing. Like, these days it doesn't really look like anything. But at the time, that was mind-blowing. Just because, remember, like, a couple years before this, video games were just little pixel man running in the direction of right. And that was, like, every video game, almost. Then all of a sudden, we have this shit. It was crazy. Okay, see if I can do this without screwing up. I need to get out of this area. I guess I'll do that. Make him more reliable. Actually, I need to form the party first. Well... Yeah, I guess I can keep it like this. It's not a big deal. But I'll put me in the middle so I can be with my 2 best friends at my side. Okay. Because once I'm actually out of here, I'll be able to just do whatever. Oh, excuse me. And not gonna bother. It's not a big deal. I was thinking about changing out their, Okay, no one has anything. I was thinking about changing out their... equipment. The carbon bangle. I decided against it. Let's put it on you. Poison, doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to overload people with materia. Will it let me? Yes, okay. Fire all. Maybe. Do I have elemental? Yes, okay. I'll put cover on you. Enemy skill won't matter just yet. Put one sense on you. Sense. Ice. Ball. And then, hell, why not? It should be it. Yeah, just enemy skill. And we can't actually learn an enemy skill yet until we exit Midgar, so that doesn't actually matter. So you have just enough space. Okay. And it should be it. Attack on left. And my controller is... I changed up... Because on the default controls, cancel is a different button. But I had to change it because Final Fantasy VII, so... attacking on the right is actually this button, which would be the A button. Okay, okay. Alright, let's get going. Fun fact, this runs way too high of a frame rate, so this is way harder to control than it should be. Or it actually may be normal, I don't know. Back whenever I played this game on the PC, when the game first came out, I, of course, had a horrendously bad PC at the time. So as a result, this whole sequence ran in slow motion for me. So I had this little game for myself where I would try to get through this segment without taking any damage on anything, because the game was actually moving so slowly that you could actually do that. You could actually like consciously plan out the exact movements of everyone. But in this, it seems like the game is actually designed so that you have to take damage. There's actually a mini-game that you can do in Gold Saucer later. Get out of here. Red ones are such a problem. That is this exact thing. And it's really hard to get a high score on, even whenever I played the game in slow motion. God, I hate the red ones. They're so annoying. Because they actively avoid you, but they'll still hang around the truck. Here, let me just... Like, they'll avoid your side, but they'll still ram into you. It's really annoying. Yet, I think you just have to physically ram them. That's the only way that you're going to actually hit them. If I remember correctly, the red ones are worth the most in the Midgar game, and the gold ones, or the orange ones, are worth the second most. And the blue ones, you kind of just have to actively avoid. And can't look at chat right now since I'm doing this. I probably suck at this. Probably do. Oh yeah, the remake looks very different from this. I really don't like this sequence in the remake. It just goes on way too long. Which is my general problem with the remake. They take all these sequences that take about 2 or 3 minutes to complete, and they turn them into these 30-minute long, gigantic things to try to stretch the game out as much as they possibly can. I think in this one we might start with the wrong order. Like we're all in the back row, technically. Which won't matter with Barrett. Come on, move up. Yeah, okay. Barrett won't matter. Doesn't all sense. May as well give him... I don't really need to. I don't think I'll give sense a whirl. Just to see what we're working with. I always like the way that Tifa's hair looks from the back. It's really cute. It's meant to look like a dolphin, I think. Don't ask me how she gets it to look that way. Makes no sense. Hold on for a second. What's that? Were the awful bike missions in Remake were in the original 7? Yeah, sort of. Oh, no, you know, if you're talking about the ones where you're, like, with Jesse and stuff, and you're going through the tunnels and you have to fight Roach, or whatever his name is, no, that does not exist at all. There's no such thing. Ooh, big hit. Like, all that's completely fabricated. As is the stuff with you, like, parachuting down and doing all that. Like, all of that. Going to visit Jesse's parents. Like, I actually like that stuff for the most part, but it's not in the original game. Like, that's actually what I wanted the 7 remake to be. I wanted it to be this, but have a lot of additional scenes and new, like, submissions and stuff to go on. This is gonna hit pretty hard, probably. 519, yeah, he's gone. Maybe not from this attack. Maybe from this attack. Yeah, this attack. Okay. They are releasing like a mobile version of 7, I think, that is like this game exactly, except all the models have been swapped out and stuff. But even that, I don't trust them to remake correctly. I don't think that they can possibly resist including a bunch of stupid compilation horse shit inside of it. Well, what do we do now? We walk very slowly forward to the end of a highway that hasn't been completed. Have you thought about this? This is a highway that they were in the middle of making. That they're still making. That is encircling, I guess, the outer rim of Midgar. This may not make it... Hold on. Actually, I can do this. Hold on. Like where they are right now. Let's do this. Hold on. Like where they are right now, they're on like this bridge, right? It's like a bridge, like if Midgar is a big circle, then the perimeter that protects the city is actually at the bottom, and it looks sort of like this. It's another circle that goes around the city. So the impression that I get is that this is part of the plate that's like not completed yet. Like they're still working on it, but it's mainly complete up here. And you're actually going to like a bridge that's supposed to like link up with other bridges all around the place. And it's supposed to form like a highway system that stretches across the outer rim. But of course this part isn't done. So you're like getting over here to the end, and you're taking that little winch. You're taking like this little winch right here. You're using it to slide down. You're using it to slide down right around here. And then you, since you're now on the outside, even though the rim of the city is like up here, at the ground level it only goes down to here. So that's your way out of the city. So, anyways, I just wanted to demonstrate that, even though you're probably like, yeah, we know. We're not stupid. You don't have to explain this. I wanted to. It's for me. It's for me. Sephiroth is alive. I have to settle the score. But I'm mainly mentioning that because we exit out right at Sector 5. Which would imply that Sector 5 itself is not finished yet. I think it's Sector 5. Or it's Sector 3. I can't remember. Will that save the planet? Seems so. Then I'm going. I like how vague this is. What do we do now? Let's chase Sephiroth. Why? It will save the planet. How? Shut up. It just will. It's what the plot calls for. Let's just leave. I'm saying that just to point out, in 7, what they're doing, chasing Sephiroth around, makes no sense whatsoever. Like, I get that it's important to Cloud, and he really would like to know if he's still alive because he actually does think that Sephiroth is a major threat. But the rest of them would not agree with this. And Aeris is like, I'll go too. There are things I need to know. And I assume that she's referring to probably... She's curious why Cloud resembles Zack so much. And that's pretty much it. I don't think that's a reason why you would be journeying around with people, but, you know, I guess this is as good of a reason as any. About the Ancients? About my cooter. Oh. Oh. And Tifa says, I guess it's goodbye Midgar. You never really cared about Midgar, though. Oh, this is Sector 7, that's right. Wait, how can it be 7? That's so weird. I never really thought about it. Because Sector 7 has been destroyed. Look at this. This is the entrance to where Sector 7 is. But Sector 7 is the one that had the big plate dropped on it. So shouldn't this just be like a big plate? How can you even see this? And there's like grass. They must have had a really good cleanup crew. And also, we haven't got to this point yet. It'll be like Disc 3, I think. No, I think we can do it in Disc 2. Before we can actually get back inside the city. Whenever you open this up, where does it lead? I think it leads right in front of the church. I think you open this up and it goes directly in front of where Aeris' church is. But that's not in Sector 7. It's not in Sector 7 at all. In fact, it's nowhere near Sector 7. That's in Sector 5. Because you have to go through Sector 6, which is Wall Market, in order to get to Sector 7. So you're actually like going into the ruins of where Sector 7's opening is, and I guess the logic is that since it's destroyed, there's no surveillance there. And then you're like going around the perimeter. Maybe? You're like going around the perimeter to all these other towns and then finding your way through Sector 6 into wherever Sector 5 is, which would be like somewhere over here, I guess. That's the only logic that I can think of. Anyways. Borchmore! Welcome, buddy. Borchmore. Borchmore! It kind of sounds like a Pokemon name in a way. Not to be disrespectful, but I like your name. Thank you very much. Yeah. Who you talk to first also gives you a little bit of romance points. It's not going to be Aeris. Aeris starts out with such a huge lead that I'm mainly just curious who I'm going to get later. Let's do Barrett first and then Tifa. We told Aeris' mom to go somewhere safe. When? So Marlene should be safe too. When did this happen? Yeah, she should be. She. She said she didn't want to stay in Midgar anymore. Maybe it's for the best. Then we talked to her. I guess this is the start of our journey. You hate traveling? I think these are the negative ones. If you want negative points, you use these. You hate traveling? I don't know. But I guess I don't have anywhere else to go, so I guess it doesn't really matter whether I like to travel or not. This is a very human... These are very human conversations to have, I guess. I'm going back to my hometown. He actually has a reason for journeying with you. There is absolutely no way that Red, Nanaki here, would ever be able to get back to Cosmo Canyon without the help of people. Because the only way over there is a boat. And no one's gonna let a dog onto a boat. Especially a talking dog that is partially made out of fire. You know what? This is the first time I've ever left Midgar. What age was she whenever she got here? Okay, this depends. If the idea that Afalna was abducted, had a baby in Midgar, and they were raised in the Shinra headquarters is true, then she would have lived here her entire life. One way or the other. Even though Afalna later also says that Midgar is not safe anymore. Which, if she had been abducted the whole time, it never would have been safe. So the idea that it was not safe anymore is absolutely ridiculous. So I never got the impression that she lived in the Shinra headquarters. This is something the compilation, or the remake, made up. I never agreed with that at all. This is the first time I've ever left Midgar. Then I would have to take this to mean that it's the first time that she's ever left Midgar that she's consciously aware of, because this is where she moved to. But also that could not be true. I'm not going to say one or the other which is true. Really, are you worried? Like, if we went back in time and we actually were in the room when they were deciding these things, and they said, yeah, maybe she was abducted by the Shinra, then yeah, okay, whatever. Like, I never got that impression, but if that actually was true, it wouldn't bother me too much. I'm just saying I never got that impression. But I have a bodyguard, right? I do. Let's see. I'm trying to get her to turn in a specific way. There we go. You can just keep doing this over and over again. Maybe a little bit more like this. There we go. I just wanted to see how big Eris's ass was again. Look how big and rotund her posterior is. It's crazy. And Tifa's got the goods up top. That's always been the balancing factor. Tifa is stacked, yes, but also Eris has gigantic, life-giving hips. Nanaki has a giant a giant red rocket. It all balances out. And Barrett, you know, Barrett's just got it all over, you know. He's a big hoss of a man. And Cloud has his crippling anxiety. So he's got great big internal issues. Then let's go. We need a leader for our journey. Of course, that could only be me. You think so? I think it should be the emotionally unstable man. But, alright. Go northeast. He offers, like, no resistance to this idea. This is, like, in the past hour, it has been overtly we're trying to rush the game to the status quo that we envisioned whenever we were making the game's premise. So you, Cloud, the main character, leading this group around chasing Sephiroth. This is what they wanted. But they didn't know how to reach this point organically. So just Sephiroth showing up to stab the president of Shinra and then leaving with a vague understanding that maybe he has something to do with the Promised Land or something. That's the reason why we're chasing him. It makes no real sense, but that's just where we're at, right? So here we are. We're finally at the status quo. Even at the very end of this little section, Barrett's like, I should be the leader, because I always have been. Why would we have this random mercenary leading us when he's not even part of our organization? But then Eris is like, I like him. I want his pee-pee in my vey-vey. And then Barrett's like, alright. Let's go to Calm. Cloud will be the leader. Now follow my instructions and go to this nearby town. Besides, we can't all be strolling around out there. It's too dangerous. Let's split into 2 parties. Alright. Chat. I'm going to start a poll. This is now up to you. Who to take? Barrett. Tifa. Eris. Or Puppy. I'm actually saying Puppy, by the way. Allow additional votes. Oh, I have to do at least 1? Well, that sucks. Here, I'll do 1. You guys will have to use 1 additional... If I want you to vote for 2 people, you'll have to use at least 1 little channel point in order to do it. I'll leave this up for 2 minutes because I need to use the bathroom real fast. Okay, start poll. So I want you guys to actually decide on who I want to take with it. Because this is actually sort of important. Because you get different dialogue based on who you take. If you choose 2 girls, the only 2 girls, then Barrett's like, yeah, I figured you'd do that. And I think that's exactly what he says. If you take Barrett and Red 13 with you, then the 2 girls are baffled. Because they thought for sure that you would take, you know, at least one of them. Because they know that they're hot stuff. And of course, if you take... I think if you take just one of the girls, then Barrett just says, alright, let's meet up later. And then that's the end of it. There's no comment one or the other. So it's basically just... It's mainly really a choice of 2 different funny outcomes. Okay. So you guys do that. I will be back. Boop. Also need to decide what I need to eat after I stop. Yeah. Okay, is that already over? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, did you choose Puppy and Barrett? Actually, it briefly showed me what the poll results were, and I think I saw Barrett's name, but then it vanished on me. Oh well. So we're going with a puppy dog. And large man. Very large. There were more than 1,200 votes. Fantastic. I'm glad to see that you're so ardent in your desire to see the girls completely confused and bewildered by what's going on. Who came in third, anyways? I'm not even sure how to look at old polls. It was Barrett, Nanaki, and then 2 votes? Oh, that's rough. Ancients can't beat out the knot. I'm not sorry for saying that. Okay. And so here's like, interesting. Combination. You know, really, this is fair, though. Considering that all they've been through, I'm sure that Tifa and Eris have a lot to discuss. I like how Barrett says nothing about this, either. Well, have fun, boys. Like, Barrett's like, yeah, of course he did. Because I'm cool. You girls are just jealous because I, Barrett, am fucking epic. Aw, look at that cute pose. Look at that. I never noticed that. Is that the only time that's used in the whole game? Eris is long gone. She's left a long time ago. She's supposed to be waving, but they're doing it with the technology of 1995. All the power that 1995 can pull together and be released in 96. Yeah, I think that's the only time she actually uses this animation in the whole time. In the whole game. Huh. See you at Calm. Bye-bye. Bye, Tifa. That was cute. Okay. And I will have to wait until I have the PHS to be able to actually... Saving the world map. Save it anytime. Alright, here we are, finally. We're out of Midgar, which means the game is over for many people. Because a lot of people, that's all they want to do. And unfortunately, I can't switch out equipment on people. Without having the PHS, which is unfortunate. So even though I could switch out, like, the... Whoop. Oh, it just de-equipped them already. Alright. So whenever these sorts of things happen, sometimes, not all the time, sometimes the game will go ahead and just de-equip all the stuff from your other party members just to be nice about it. Because otherwise you absolutely have to wait for getting the PHS so that you can manually bring in party members, take all their stuff off, then put them back in a position you don't want them, and bring in the person that you actually do want. It's really awkward. It's one of the minor flaws of the original game. Okay. Here we are. We are now completely free of Midgar. And ready to stop the stream for the night. We'll pick this up again tomorrow abouts, I hope. Maybe not tomorrow, but since the internet is behaving itself, and I only dropped 0.4% of all my frames today, which is a definite improvement from the 95% frames that I was dropping earlier this week. Or earlier last week, I should say. Okay. Let me try to go over and see if I missed anyone. I probably missed a lot of people, actually. The Xanic resubscribed. I don't think I read your name earlier. And D4C Trice also subscribed. Thank you very much. Yeah. Exploding Cats, I did get you. Octatasty, I'm pretty sure I got you. Yeah. Critical Link, of course. Yeah. Hasselglass, I definitely got you. Definitely got KY. Kyger as well, got you, buddy. Empathetic, got him. Bucketman42, yes. Exit Eternity. And you even use the Plague Monka emote. Yeah, oh, yeah. I forgot that I added that emote. I think that will work correctly. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. Anyways, Exit Eternity, thank you very much. Yeah. Boats and Hose, I did get you, I remember that. DCR 1311, yes, hello. Yeah. Void the Dark, thank you very much. I didn't realize well, you've said before, like, you've been subbed for 15 months, so I'm not going to blame you for that. Don't worry about it, buddy. Thank you very much. All the same, Void. Yeah. And Borchmore, I did get you because I remember your name. New people. Mercene? Is that how you say your name? You have two N's, so I want to make it sound extra pretty and fluid. Or Mercene. Thank you very much, Nya, for your Prime sub. Really cool. And that should be it. Yes, okay, we're finally caught up. All right. Thank you very much, everyone, for showing up. I really appreciate it. Let's see. What should we do now? Where should I send you guys? I could send you to that filthy Pat, but he's just gonna steal all my viewers anyways. I could send you to Silver, but she's doing a Valentine's Day thing. Shy Lily is doing yeah, I'll do that. She might be asleep, actually. Just for the hell of it. But Lily, whenever I was talking earlier about how there are new VTubers that are showing up that are getting really popular because you can tell that there are resources behind them, Lily is one of those. You can tell that there's a lot of something going on with her. She is very entertaining, so there's a reason why she's being pushed. But she is very fun to watch. So give her a few minutes of watching. She is Orca themed, and she is sort of lewd as well, and also very eccentric, and she participates with the chat a whole lot. So that's what's going on with her. So I'll send you guys over her. You can have fun with her for a little bit, and I'll try to get back to doing this tomorrow or the day after. It depends what. It depends on what my voice is like, because right now it's not doing so great. Because whenever I stream, I talk too much, because I'm used to doing Let's Plays. And again, I'm going to try to do an Elden Ring LP, but we'll see how that works out. We'll definitely find out. Alright. Until next time, guys, which will be hopefully very soon, unless something goes wrong with the internet again. Oh my god. Alright, bye-bye, everyone. Thank you very much for the subs once again. I really appreciate it a whole bunch. We definitely met our sub goal. 27 over 5. Amazing. That actually is amazing. Bye-bye, everyone. Dun, 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 dun.